It's Hearts Standard, it's Craig Cairns, it's Joe Sked, and this might be one of the quickest videos we've ever done because it is freezing. We're at Tannadice. Hearts have just beaten an informed Dundee United 1-0. James Penrice got the only goal of the game. It's Hearts' first consecutive league wins of the season, Joe. Discuss.
Buzzing.
It's come to that, we're buzzing off 2 wins in a row.
I'm buzzing because it's a big win. And just the nature of the performance. I know we were speaking to the Dundee United correspondent from the Courier. You're talking about how brutal a game it was. I can understand that, but I thought it was the type of win you just need at this time of year in the Scottish Premiership. You look at Dundee, even at the best of times, coming away to Tannadice and winning is really good. Hearts have been up here, mine been up here a few times where got to doing. Barry Robson in particular remembered being a bit of a pain in the arse, but it was scoring goals. However, to be 11th in the league, to come to a side who have just won and some of these terms I don't like using, the New Firm Derby, the Tayside Derby and the Dundee Derby in consecutive games, who are on a high, and to come here and put in that kind of performance, spirited performance, but while we didn't create loads of great chances, still created the better chances of game, and it looked like it was heading for a draw, but I would say over the piece Hearts thoroughly deserved that game. So you saw a team grinding out a gritty result, but the defensive side of it was superb, and we talked about this throughout the game. Craig Halkett was brilliant. Kai Rolls I was worried about against Sam Dalby. Sam Dalby tried to pin him at times, go across them, never phased him, and everyone just stood up to the battle that was the battle that they had to face individually, collectively, and did it. So yeah, I'm just buzzing by just the nature of the win. A big win, back-to-back wins. You think this should be the platform? Yes, I know Hearts are still 11th, but so much closer to 5th than they are 12th. So I'm really, after talking about some really garbage results or performances, or
there's a worrying wee spell there.
There was, and understandably folk were getting worried, and understandably people were being really critical of the team, the head coach, because of certain things. But to respond in the manner they've done to the cross-county game with these 2 1-0 wins, going ahead to Aberdeen, it's really positive.
First clean sheet in this fixture in 7 attempts. It goes back a few years, but there's a few seasons when they're in different divisions and things like that. But I think the clean sheet was just huge because it meant that when Penrice scores, it's the winning goal, rather than Hearts are chasing the game and it's an equaliser or something like that. And this thought's just occurred to me, but did Hearts just kind of out Dundee United today, because they've kind of made a living this season off being solid defensively, not giving up many chances and getting a goal at the other end. They did that at Tynecastle, albeit it was a bit more of a defensive performance than Hearts put in there. So yeah, they sort of out Dundee United them, as in kept it tight in the back, but with a bit more purpose, and they dominate. I think it's still fair to say Hearts dominated the game without overwhelmingly dominating the game.
Yeah, I think both teams had spells or periods where they were on top or in control of the game, but I always felt that Hearts were overall in control, even when they didn't have the ball, didn't have possession. Just the setup, the way that they kept Dundee United at arm's length, and yeah, it was just it was a Scottish Premiership performance in winter. That's the best way. That's the best way to put it. I called it an instant analysis. It was almost like a roller coaster of a 9-game, like a 9-game 1 month roller coaster of Europe and festive period, games after games after games. To finish it, I don't know, because we try and write as you go. I'd written about it being a draw. I'm thinking a draw's a good result. At the best of times, it's a good result up here. But after all that, it's a good result. To win it, it's just such a encouraging fixture, game, win, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, you go back to that Dundee United game, they won it, Tynecastle back at the start of the season. I think Hearts there were similarities, but Hearts were better than Dundee United were that day.
Yes, aye, and
which I think you were kind of mentioning.
Yeah, definitely, and it's something you mentioned earlier as well about someone else had said that it wasn't a very good game of football. I would agree with that as well, but at the same time, I think you can look at Hearts' performance in isolation and say that's a very good away performance.
Yeah,
and I
absolutely.
think what was most encouraging about it is that there was no real panic towards the end. There was the save that Gordon's had to make, which I think's come off his own player.
Yeah, I think so.
Right at the end, there's always going to be a ball into the box that causes a sort of sharp intake of breath. it wasn't the bombardment that Ross County put in, or the two chances, clear-cut chances that Motherwell got at the end of their game. And Hearts actually managed the game really well in the closing stages as well, keep the ball in the corner and things like that.
Yeah, they did. And I think there was only one moment where I thought we could have done better. Vargas went through, and it looked like there was three against two. He was like going to have a shot across goal and hopefully it spills out, or just play it across the goal, and then similar to what we've seen, decision making, and kind of lost it. But yeah, we ensured that it wasn't just backs against the wall. That we still had that threat and attack. And Critchley mentioned it afterwards, where he talked about Clark coming on, and he didn't want to really. The way I got it was that he didn't want that to do that too early, because then it just forces you back, and you're inviting more crosses, inviting more pressure. So there was that nice balance to win it.
And I said it's going to be a short video. I think we will keep it pretty short. But is there anyone else you want to pick up? I mean, James Penrice is the obvious one, but we've spoken about him ad nauseum, I feel. Was there anybody else that you want to pick out? Kai Rowles, I suppose, was one worth. The only thing I would say about Penrice is I'll keep it sweet, because short and sweet, because I'm going to do something this week that I've been working on. But he is, if there was a player in that team that was deserving of that moment, it was him, just for what he has done. Kai Rowles, he is on the verge of leaving. Neil Critchley spoke afterwards, confirmed that the negotiations are taking place, said that didn't really want to lose him, but he has a price. I talked about that on another video. You can debate the price. Some people think it's good business, some people think it's bad business. But I thought his performance today, I wrote in the predicted 11 why I thought Jamie McCart might come in, or why he maybe should come in, just because. I don't think it was terrible reasoning.
No, his aerial, he has really good aerial numbers when he was at St Johnstone, and you look at what Dundee United are good at, crossing the ball into the box. Sam Dalby winning headers. So that was a wee bit anxious about Kai Rowles. Superb. Like it was the type of, when Kai Rowles is on it like that, and then you add in all these other qualities that maybe better suited, defensive qualities that maybe come to the fore in Europe, or etc. That was like the Kai Rowles where people were looking, thinking Hearts going to make lots of money. He was really aggressive. Like the first thing he does, and it's positive as a defensive. Okay, he's going to have a good game, but he was intercepting, he was standing up to the physical battle, and him and Halkett were using the ball well. Halkett as well, he's worth mentioning because he, like Liam Boyce and George Grant, were outside looking in, and you wondered what's the future hold for the three of them. Halkett's he was the one that first came back in, but he was excellent, and he's just like, people talk about rid of him, even if he's not going to be a starting 11 player every week, I think he's still someone you want to keep, because he does the Scottish football basics so well.
Was he the player that Critchley forgot when he was talking about the three?
I think I was about to.
Just clicked when you said it.
So close to saying Halks, but then I would use
just had a mind blank.
I would have used his nickname, and I would just been cringeworthy.
Is there anything else we want to talk about before we get out of here? We've got a week between games. What a treat, by the way. But is there anything else we want to add before we get out of here?
I would just a couple of things that Critchley talked about with Elton Kabangu. It was a bit of frustration that he wasn't available, because I think he would have probably came on for Wilson at an earlier stage. Home Office, just issues with his work permit in terms of Home Office have held it up. And
just to add to that, Critchley does seem conscious about not overdoing it for James Wilson.
Yeah, which is completely understandable. So he should be confirmed the next couple of days. Aswick should be confirmed in the next couple of days. Suggested that Barry Mkai and Yutaro Oda, as we kind of all expected, are on the outside looking in and potentially could leave this month, but he did make the point of Halkett, Grant and Boyce that they could come back in. Shanklin's going to be a few weeks. Callum Ewenhoff's getting closer, but I don't have any timeline on it. And then Xander Clark is
it's a knee injury. But nothing serious.
And Benny was ill, but
he was ill not long ago, wasn't he?
Yeah, just I don't know.
Low immune system.
Yeah, maybe. But I know that's a big talking point in terms of his availability. But other than that, I think it was just a team performance and to praise, and a day and a game to enjoy, because that's I know I'm really bad at getting carried away from going up here to down there and back again, but that's 11 points between us and Aberdeen now, and that record, I know we're going to speak about it a lot this week because we've got a week and we can build up to it, but that record in terms of the way teams playing in that fixture has got to end at some point. I don't know.
I don't know, but I feel like I feel like Hearts have already blown their chance against Aberdeen twice this season, so we'll see. Third time lucky, but we will see. It is an out of form team next, a week between games, as we said. There'll be plenty from this game going up on heartstandard.co.uk. Plenty of stuff throughout the week now. We've got a week's run up at a match, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do, and we will see you all soon.